On episode 399 of the 40 Plus Fitness podcast, we get into part 3 of the Mindset series, Are You Committed? You can find the full show notes for this episode at 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/399. Have you decided you're ready to make a change? To reclaim your health and fitness? The 40 Plus Fitness podcast is here for you. I'm your host, Alan Meisner. I'm an NSAM certified personal trainer with a specialization in corrective exercise and fitness nutrition. Let me be your coach as you find your way on your health and fitness journey. All right, let's go. Before we get into today's episode, I would like to ask you if you would take just a moment to vote for the Wellness Roadmap in the Author Academy Awards. We've made it as a top 10 finalist in the health category. You can go to 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/finalist, and that'll take you to their website. You'll find a little arrow down the page a little bit. You can scroll to page 7 of 16. That's the health category. Just click on the book title. You don't have to give them any information about yourself. Just click on the book title, and that will secure your vote for the Wellness Roadmap. Again, 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/finalist. Thank you. This award means a lot to me, and your vote means the world to me. Thank you. So today's episode is the third part of a mindset series. Episode 397, we talked about prioritization and time management by utilizing a tool that I created called the Identity Grid. You'd probably do better to go back and listen to the last 2 episodes, but you don't have to. I'm going to try to make each episode stand alone. But if you want to get the whole picture, I will probably be flashing back to that grid. Also, on episode 398, I kind of got into the getting to wellness, the things that you'll need to do to make that happen, that include pushing outside your comfort zone, applying your energies the right way and not overstressing yourself, and then just looking at it more like a program rather than a project. So I'd encourage you to go back and listen to 397 and 398 if you haven't already, but I will try to make this episode stand alone. And today we're going to talk about commitment. Are you committed? I talk to my clients fairly regularly about this topic. I've talked on the podcast about it a few times, but I can't understress or I cannot overstress that the importance of commitment if you really want to accomplish major wellness changes in your life. It's really just not going to happen if you're not committed to change, because change is probably the hardest thing for a human being to do. Our bodies are naturally designed to find balance. They're naturally designed to get to a comfortable place under what stress and daily living requirements we have today. So if you can get away with being 200 pounds overweight, your body's going to let you be 200 pounds overweight because you can. And you can get away with it. And we can work around all these different things that used to set us back, but we figure it out. If you're unable to get up from a toilet because you're older and your legs aren't strong enough, we'll put rails in the bathroom. Now that's going to help you for a period of time, and then eventually you'll probably lose that arm strength. I don't want that to be my future. So I've made a commitment to ensure that I keep myself healthy and strong, so that isn't my future. That isn't who I am. That isn't how I identify. So I've set up an identity for myself that includes doing regular fitness training. And so as you look at that, though, showing up is hard. Our bodies naturally want to be in that balance. So what do we do to break that balance, to break what our body calls, they call in our body homeostasis? Well, it takes stimulus. Stimulus takes work. So if we want to improve our overall health, we improve the foods that we're eating. If we want to improve our overall fitness, we have to push ourselves across the different modalities that we use to define fitness. If you've read the book, The Wellness Roadmap, that's up for an Author Academy Award, I talk about that in the book. Fitness is basically fit for task. It means that you're capable of doing the things that you want to do in your life. So for me, at 105, I want to be able to wipe my own butt. I want to be able to get up off the toilet. So I'm going to need to be fit enough to make that happen. For some of us right now, fitness can be, I want to basically be able to go on hikes and spend time with my family and not be overly fatigued or down and out the next day. I want to be able to lift things that need lifting around the house. I want to be able to open jars for myself and my wife. I want to be able to do those basic things that as we get older, sarcopenia and osteopenia kind of take away from us if we're not doing something about it. So how do we make this commitment, and how do we make it a commitment that we're going to stick to? Because face it, all of us do resolutions, all of us do our diets, all of us have done fitness regimes before and failed. And the reason most of us fail is this lack of commitment. A resolution, a goal, a diet, they're all words we use to fail. That because so many people do, there's no jeopardy to it. There's no disgrace to it. It just, I tried a new diet and I fell off the wagon. I'll get back on it on Monday. Well, today's Tuesday. Okay, well, Monday. There's all these different reasons we don't do it. But a commitment is very, very different. When you make a commitment, you're starting from a point of self-love. You're starting from a point that's very, very deep and emotional. And if you've ever made that type of commitment before, you'll really begin to resonate and understand what I'm talking about. When you say you're going to do something for someone you love, you do it. If you say you're going to pick up your spouse at the airport at 5 o'clock, you're at the airport at 5 o'clock. So if you make the same kind of commitment to yourself with the same basis of self-love that you're going to be at the gym at 5 o'clock, then you'll be at the gym at 5 o'clock and not at the drive-thru at McDonald's. So that's where this comes from. The commitment comes from this really, really deep emotional well. It's got to be something that really touches you. It has to be a part of, as I've said over the course of this last few weeks, it has to be a part of how you identify. If you don't identify yourself as someone who's getting fit, it's not going to happen. When you get married, you make the commitment, you go from being engaged to married. You go from saying fiance to spouse. Now, you might verbally trip that up a few times, but in your head, you know that commitment's there. You feel that commitment. You've made that commitment, and you made it in a rather public way. So I encourage you, if you're really looking to make a commitment, start with something deep and emotional, and then make it public. Now, I provide online personal training, and you can come to me. Go to the website 40plusfitnesspodcast.com, and you can find links there to look up our group training. And you can make that commitment to us. We're on a Facebook group. We're on our regular weekly calls. You can email me. We can have regular conversations about this commitment you have and keeping you on track. So make it deep, make it public, and then beyond all, kind of know what this is going to look like. You know, a lot of people get married young and they don't know the type of people they're going to be when they get older. They really haven't set that vision. That's why a lot of people will say, wait a little while before you get married so you really know what you're getting into. So you really know the vision of the direction that your life is going to go and where you want it to go. I got married when I was 21. Now, was that a mistake? I guess so, because I'm not married to her anymore. But at the same time, it was just a part of my life lessons, and I learned from it. So I'm not going to call it a mistake, but I do know that if I had known my path a little bit better at that point in time and had a better vision, and we shared that vision, and it was the same deep and emotional thing, that commitment would have stood time. It just would have. But we didn't do that. So make a commitment. And again, I can't stress this enough, deep and emotional, make it public, and know what it means. Have that vision. So you have the why and you have the vision, and you put those together and you make it public. That's your commitment. And it needs to be based on self-love. It doesn't need to be based on fear. Fear will only get you so far before you forget the fear and you revert back to old activities. But love sticks with you. Fear is something you feel in a movie theater, and then you walk out of the theater and you're not afraid anymore. Love is something that you just keep on feeling. It's deep, it's emotional, it's chemical, it's a part of who you identify as. So take the time to build a solid commitment so we can make this fitness and health thing happen for you. Like I said, if you need a coach, reach out to me. I'd be glad to get on a 15-minute call with you just to kind of ferret some of this stuff out so you can get to know me a little bit better, so I can get to know you a little bit better. Online public personal training isn't for everybody, but if you want to just get on the phone, have a consult, absolutely free, come check it out, 40plusfitnesspodcast.com. And you're going to find a link right there on the sidebar. If you're on the phone, you may have to scroll down a little bit before you see it. But just get in there, get to know me, and figure it out. We can help you set this commitment. We can get to your why. We can get to your vision. We can put that together into a very solid commitment that could change your life. So do check it out, please. Before you get too far away, please do take a moment to go over to 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/finalist, scroll to page 7 of 16, find the Wellness Roadmap. It's actually the first book on the list for health category at 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/finalist. And then you just click on the cover and it'll take just a couple minutes for you to get over there, find the page, and vote for the book. I really do appreciate it. Go to 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/finalist and vote for the Wellness Roadmap today. Next time on the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast, we celebrate the 400th episode of the podcast with a look back and a look forward. Until then, have a happy and healthy week.